Hi everybody, this is Todd Creager. I just finished a weight workout, that's why you might see some sweat on my face. But there's a reason why I'm doing this after working out. The name of my Facebook Live here is called The Work of Happiness. The Work of Happiness. Because, to be happy actually takes work. And I was thinking about this, just inspiration as I was doing my work. I was like, oh my God. I've been hiking lately with my wife. I love that. There's different exercises I love, playing basketball, doing weights, especially in the house, not in the gym right now, is not really fun, but it's work. It really is work. It's called a workout for a reason, correct? So I'm going to be talking to you about workouts and why this is making me happier. My 30 minutes of doing these weights is definitely leads to more happiness, and also the work of relationship happiness and the work of financial happiness. It takes work. So during this COVID-19 situation too, the work of keeping your emotions elevated rather than kind of sinking into the ooze of depression, despair, resentment, frustration, anger, all that can be so easily. We need to acknowledge these feelings. We're human, but at the same time, we have the power to lift ourselves up. It takes a little work. It takes opposing gravity. So when I was doing my weights, and I'm oh man, I wish I was done. And I finally just finished, ran up here to show you my sweaty face. I'm feeling pretty good. And what happens is, because I've worked out, tomorrow when I go to the grocery store early in the morning, and I have to lift up heavy things, maybe even a 40 or 50 pound water softener pellet, I will be happy that I didn't hurt my back because I'll have the muscles for it. Likewise, we need to develop emotional muscle in relationship. A lot of times what I do is I give people workouts. This is what we do during our sessions. We have a workout. In other words, how do I hear my partner's disappointment with me, anger with me, and not react defensively, but stay with that person, stay present with that person? It takes work. It's like when we react, it doesn't take work. It's effortless. It's like rolling a ball down a hill versus a rock down a hill, or even a boulder down a hill, better example, versus trying to roll a boulder up a hill. And sometimes when we work on those little hills, when we have the bigger hills, we can actually do it. So it's important to think like this. I think that, that life is an opportunity to do work. Work can be even being another part of who you are. If you tend to be really quiet and introvert, you do the work of reaching out. If you tend to be someone who always is taking care of everybody else, and that's your habit, you do the work of taking care of you and maybe letting go of some of the burden that you automatically do. That is work, but I'm talking about healthy work. It's oftentimes the work of growth, the work of change, the work of self-development. So whether we're talking about emotional development, physical muscle development, spiritual development, it takes work. To sit and meditate as I do almost every day, I'd say, almost every day, it takes work to sit, and it takes work to get into it. Of course, as I do it, it's wonderful and it's terrific and everything, but it takes the discipline of doing that. So in life, there's such a wonderful attitude. It's actually liberating to see life as an opportunity to do the work. It's liberating to see your committed relationship as a gymnasium to develop your emotional muscle and do the work of it. How can I be present? How can I be connected? What do I typically not do? How do I find out what my partner needs? Maybe there's something my partner needs that I'm not very good at giving. Maybe I need to work on that part of me. Maybe I'm a scientist. I'm thinking of a client I saw yesterday who's good in so many things, but not really good with tuning into feelings. So this person is going to be tuning in to his feelings. That takes work for him. For some people, that doesn't take as much work. They're used to it. So it's always about developing our muscle, and to know that we have the power to discipline ourselves, to commit. And it's rewarding. It's rewarding. When my wife and I were hiking yesterday, we piled on a few extra miles that because we were into doing the work, but it was fun. We went downhill and downhill, which only means one thing, that we're going to have to go uphill and uphill and uphill. And I got home, and it was barely just in time to see a client. I had misjudged the time, but it was fun. It was so much fun. And sure, it was challenging, but when we were done, we were done. And it's the same in all areas of our life. If in your work, it might take the work of risking or creating a new project, and it takes work to do that. I remember when I wrote my book, it was work, but it was so much fun when it was done. And of course, it gave me many rewards after it was done. And it's the same for anybody in anything they do. A skill, a musical instrument. When a person starts learning a musical instrument, in the beginning, it's scales, it's working on, things, understanding things and working on your fingers if you keyboard or, whatever you're doing, horn or whatever, drums. And after a while, this work creates dividends because you're happy as you're creating wonderful music and great sounds, maybe collaborating, maybe in a band. Your art, drawing art, learning how to draw or paint. And then after a while, you're able to do this and you create. So the work of life, the work of happiness is about creativity. It's about owning your creative nature. I could create a healthier body by eating right, even though it takes work sometimes to say no to the things I want to eat and yes to the things I should eat. And even though there's a lot of healthy things that are really tasty, but working out physically, I want to create a good body. Go to bed earlier. It takes work. For me, it takes a lot of work to just stop what I'm doing and go to bed. So it's all about that. So do the work. Embrace the work. Love life for the opportunities to work, to develop, to go against gravity, because that ultimately can give you more joy, and with joy comes pleasure. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.